quick hit. But violence covereth the mouth of the wicked, man. And we know that the wicked, according to the scriptures, are the nation of Edom, man, which are the so-called white people, man. And that basically, through the prophecy, man, that's their nature, just to be violent men, man. The Most High, on the flip side, he created Israel to be a righteous people. And we understand through the curses why our people are being wicked right now. But the hope is, for even the whole nation, is that the Most High set a remnant aside that was going to get with the program, so to speak. Right. That were in the latter times, they were going to get right. They were going to repent of their evil ways. They were going to come out and teach, wake up other men until the Lord returns to bring salvation. So that's the hope that we have to look forward to, man. Matter of fact, get 2 Peter chapter 3 and start at around like 8. Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and 18. For Hamashiach also hath once suffered for sins, but just for the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to the Most High, being put to death in the flesh, but quickeneth by the Spirit.
Can you read that again, Bob?
For Hamashiach also hath once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to the Most High, being put to death in the flesh, but quickeneth by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison, which sometimes were disobedient, when once the long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls were saved by water.
That's right. So even just going back during the time of Noah, man, the Most High, he's a cold power. He basically flooded the entire earth and only left 8 people. Noah, his sons, and their wives, man. You know? So that shows the power of the Most High. And that shows the scriptures talk about through the fear of the Most High we persuade men. So that's another aspect as to why we out here also, man. We're basically pushing the fear of the Most High, telling you, hey, there's about to be all types of judgment for all the wickednesses that's going on in the earth. And you want to be on the right side of things, man, when the judgment takes place. It's a simple thing, man. It's what are your precepts? But even going back to the hope, man, he, like the brother was just reading about, Yahweh Shai, he was sent to die for the sins of the just and the unjust of our people. Because wherever it can only be a blood sacrifice for a remission of sin. Even though the Most High did away with the old covenant, he established a new covenant through Yahweh Shai, and that's why Yahweh Shai had to die. He was the perfect sacrificial lamb, that perfect remission of sin, to basically bring the whole nation back to the Heavenly Father, you know? But I'm gonna just go to that 2 Peter 3, start at, I'm gonna kind of jump around over here.
But before the brother finishes, if I can say this, he talked about how the Most High destroyed the earth and only left the 8 people. It's hard for us to understand because we look at it as good and evil. Something bad happens, we think that's bad. Something good, that's good. But the Most High is outside of what we think of good and bad. The Most High is outside of the circle of, the balance. The Most High created the balance. So just like when you in your room playing your video games and you did something wrong, your father can come and take that stuff from you. Take your new shoes from you. Take all that stuff from you. And you left with feeling like, well, damn, I lost everything. But he looks at it as, I don't care about none of that stuff. He'll take those shoes and throw them in the trash. It means nothing to him. It's the same thing as the Most High. When he created these babies. So for these babies to die, he's finishing his plan. This is his creation. He does it how he wants to do it. It don't matter how you feel about people around you dying.
That's right.
What you should be more concerned with is what you're doing to take care of your salvation. I ain't mean to leave you.
No, that's a good point, man. And that makes even us, man, that are in the faith right now more humble too. Because we understand also, man, the Most High, he don't even need none of us. The Most High said he can raise up stones. So we don't feel special just because we got Bibles in our hands. The Most High gave us a little knowledge to be able to come out and preach to you brothers, man. We understand that the Most High don't even need us. We doing this out of hope and faith that the Most High gonna send us, gonna show us mercy and have His Son to deliver us, man. So this,
if I could just add what you said, we've all sinned. Everybody up here sinned. We've all sinned. So we have to answer that in some way, shape, form, or manner. But our hope is that the Most High can look at our sins and say, you know what, I'm gonna let you ride on it. I'm gonna let you be cool on it. And I'm gonna save you. That's what we're hoping for. So because why we understand it, because we read the scriptures and get that understanding through the Spirit of Yahweh. That's how you have to be. You have to understand that, look, this is the Most High's plan. Niggas are getting shot left and right, but I don't care. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't be worried about this man in Oakland or this man in whatever city getting shot. The only time it would really affect me is if it's a brother in this understanding. Because what we're doing it the right way. We're fighting for Yahweh Shah. So these people that are on the outside, as harsh as it may sound, they're on their own. They believe in this guy. That's what leads them. They say one guy that got shot was on PCP. What I'm upset about that for? It's 2016. Where are you gonna find PCP at? Who do you talk to that has PCP?
That's right, bro.
So you look at these people, they out there in a bad way, believing in this guy, believing in this guy. You gonna get shot, believing in that stuff. You deserve to get shot. We have that understanding that's outside of good and bad and all that. The Most High blessed us with the true understanding that it's His plan. I'm just trying to flow along in it. So as you drive in your car and it's a car wreck and you might see a dead body right there, you can't let that throw you off. I got you. You can't let that child that died throw you off. If it's your child, if you understand the scriptures, it's a certain time to mourn, but you have to understand that you got to keep pushing forward. Hell, you should be happy for the child, because the child is released from this fleshly body that the brother broke down so eloquently. He's got a precept. You got it right there.
2 Ezra 9:13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Now, if you sit back and you say to yourself, I want to be righteous, then you need to be worried about yourself. If you're in a household where you're young and you live with your parents, that's how your mindset has to be. But you have to understand that if you're going by the scriptures, more than likely, the Most High is going to make a way for you. And you have to also understand that if something bad happens to you, so what? Something bad happens to everybody. There's billionaires on this planet. Something bad happening to them. The Rothschilds, bad things happen to them. When it rains outside, it don't deviate from Highland Park. It don't deviate from the better parts of Frisco. Everybody get hit by rain. That's how life is. We all gonna go through it at some point in time, but you gotta have that gumption to keep going. Like who? Like Yahushua did.
That's right.
Yahushua could have cleared the whole earth out. But he went through his mission. We gotta be the same way. Salaki, y'all.
Nah, that's a beautiful point, because even if you're a soldier in war, man, bullets flying, you running all over the place, you ducking down the trenches. It might be someone, a comrade that came up in the barracks in the squad with you. You see him just get gunned down, but that don't mean you put your weapon down and just start crying and mourning and get all in an emotional state for him, or you ain't gonna make it. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep fighting. That's the point that the brother's going into. And that's the same thing with us. Even like when we see these fallouts, like guys that was in the faith for X amount of years, when we see them fall out of the truth, man. Like, for some brothers, if they was close to us at one time, yeah, we're in the flesh, it may hurt. Brothers may feel a certain way, but then after that initial little mourning phase and we talk about them or whatever, hey, it's back to business, man. We got a job to do.
We gotta keep pushing.
We gotta keep pushing. Go ahead and get that.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets.
That's right. I think he gets it. Right. Straight. Can you read it one more time?
Salaki. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets.
And right now, man, your pure minds are being stirred up just by the preaching of the word. Like, even though you've known these things at some point in your life, your pure mind's being stirred back up. If you're an Israelite, if you was always one of the men that was set from the foundation of the earth to be a prophet, then that's why this word is resonating with your spirit. We're just stirring it up in you, man. We're stirring up your pure minds back to remembrance. Go ahead. Kind.
And of the commandment,
because more than likely, your spirit in past times was doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Trying to be right. More than likely, your spirit in past times was keeping the law and understanding that the world that you live in was complete bullshit. So you coming back, as you hear these words, you coming back to that remembrance.
Yeah, because the scriptures talk about the prophets, they're going to remain in their lives. So if you was a prophet in the past or in ancient times, you're going to be a prophet now, in the time frame we in now. In the Most High, like through the word, that's how your pure mind's being stirred back up, and that's why it resonates with your spirit. Like, man, the brother's right. I'm looking at the scriptures, man, I gotta repent. What can I do, like, to get salvation, basically, man? So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take heed and you're gonna do what's necessary for salvation. You know what I mean?
I hate to keep interrupting you, but also if you was a man that was a help, if you helped write the scrolls, or if you helped carry the scrolls, or if you knew Paul was on a journey to one of the islands and you knew what his mission was and you was down with it, you was down with Yahushua, and you gave him some material for free or let him stay somewhere free, we're all those people are being raised up again. Those spirits are right here, right now. Those that were with Yahushua and believed it. I believe it's Luke 19, but you had that one guy, he was short, and he had to climb the tree.
Oh, yeah, God.
And Yahushua was like, man, I fucks with him right there. Right? Because he wanted it. He was shorter than everybody else, but he was like, man, nah, I'm finna hear this. Y'all ain't finna mess with him.
That's right.
He was like trying to see Kanye West at the concert. But the Lord looked proudly on that and said, you know what, I'm with that guy. It's a little more to it, but...
Hey, that's beautiful too, because the scriptures say, seek the Lord where it may be found. And right now, man, like, this is a way to seek the Lord. We're preaching the word of the Lord, so it's like I was saying, it's a grace period right now. So we got time to repent, so why not now? The time is now, man. The time is at hand. Because it's about to get ugly. We're going to continue to read on.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 2. That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and by the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
That's right, and that's what we're going through right now, man. Especially in Great Millstone, you got scoffers always on the comment board. They really mad at us because we're so confident, we're so sure in the faith. They want us to doubt because they don't really believe, man.
Yeah.
Where's the promise of his coming, man? Or y'all elders, they made a 2000 prophecy, that didn't happen. Like, when is the Lord coming?
Yeah.
Which we know the scriptures tell you in Matthew the 24th chapter, man, that even the Lord don't even know, you know, the time, the set time that the Most High has in his own will, man. Now we know that the prophecies, certain prophecies coming to pass, that gives us an indication that it's getting closer, but no one knows the time. So that's why it's all guided through faith and hope. We just got to continue to push the word. Go ahead.
Continuing it on, it says, walking after their own lusts, verse 4, and saying, when is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
That's right. All things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Like the brother was making a point, like, if you was a prophet back then, you're going to be a prophet now. If you were set up to be a wicked, scoffing nigga back then, you doing the same thing right now, man. All things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. The ones that the Most High had ordained from the beginning of the creation to be saved, guess what? Them the ones who will be saved. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
That's right, and that's talking about during the time of Noah, like the brother just read about. So that world at the time, it was full of wickedness. So the Most High was like, hey, he unleashed his judgment. At that time, he cleansed the world by water. But right now, we're coming to a point, which is, some people want to call it the second death, man, where it's going to be by fire. He's going to cleanse the world by fire. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Whereabout the world that was then, Salakia, verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept and stored, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
So the same word by by the word, meaning like the Most High spoke of it, man, before from the foundation of the earth. Like all these things that are happening and that are set to happen as we go into the end, it was already prophesied about. Go ahead.
Verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
That's right, and that shows that the Most High, he's long suffering. So, like, you'll see wickedness continue in the earth, and you'll be like, man, like, these Edomites, they didn't put all this hell on us, they didn't have us in slavery, they just been ripping our people off for all these centuries, man.